What is up, guys? We have a DPP game here for SPL, and I'm extraordinarily excited. We've got Boudouche, Smogon Tour 16 finalist, known French great DPPer, and Pokey Aim, known DPP enthusiast as well. They're both very good at it. Aim is leading off with a Skarmory. He's running some offense because that shit lays up rocks and spikes immediately. He's going to be some fast-paced offense. And unfortunately for him, Badouche gets up rocks and Rain and sends in Kingdra. And Rain Kingdra is a known bane of offensive teams. They generally check it with Pasho, T-Tar, and Priority, and not much else. Maybe a really bulky grass type. Like, if you've got a Shaman, that's like one of the best things you can have. But other than that, it can be a painful process. There has been a real outbreak of Specs Kingdras with other Pokemon setting up Rain for them in the past couple of years. And I think it's awesome. I think it's terrific. And because Kingdra used to just be like a standalone Rain Dance Pokemon. But yeah, Gyarados is helpful when it's not packing HP Electric, but Specs still smashes it and Gyarados can't hit it back. But it's banded with Payback, which is an awesome set. Smashes Starmie and not so much Rotom these days, but mostly Starmie. And that hit just as hard as Earthquake, but it prevented Starmie from switching in and living. Instead, it would just kill it. So here comes Breloom to finish it off with Mach Punch. So 4-4, real chunk. Rain still up, so if he's got a Ludicolo, it's going to get nasty. We can assume he does not have a Passport car, or if he does, he decided it's going to be more useful down the stretch, and Gyarados can check the Specs Kingdra now. And he knew that Specs Kingdra was actually Specs and not some E-Belt Mystic Water. I mean, Mystic Water is fine, but if you are setting up Rain for the Kingdra, then it's probably going to be so you can abuse the Hydro Pumps that are as strong as possible. Because if you're going to use Mystic Water, just have Kingdra set up Rain itself. So this is likely some dedicated Rain shit. Now, while Kingdra's dead, that doesn't mean the threat is over. Now, something like Starmie in Rain is not the first thing that comes to mind because you think Swift Swim, but here comes Heracross, which has been used sporadically as an attempt at a Breloom check for resistance stabs and can Sleep Talk Guts banned attacks. Nice on paper, but try to do it over the course of a longer game, which this isn't. But I guess that was his plan for if Breloom came in on Bronzong. So while it can definitely punch a hole, it can't be used to counter it throughout the game. So try to limit your Breloom bait. Like if half your team is Breloom bait and you're like, well, I got Heracross, it's not going to work. So there's Mega Horn, that drops. That's banded. Here comes Scizor. We could see a U-turn here. I did not expect to see Heracross on Badouche's Rain team. So 4-3, this is a thriller. Rotom is no, he's just go to Mega Horn because Scizor only resisted once. That's not banned Scizor, so I'm thinking bulky SD. Last turn of Rain, unless it was Damp Rock Bronzong. Or, no, that it was Damp Rock Bronzong, I'm sorry. God, this is a fast game, not just because of the kills, but they are not pulling punches for moves. So that Mega Horn would have done a lot, but I think, put it this way, I don't think that Mega Horn is going to make the difference based on whether that Scizor lives or not. Zapdos with agility could also be there with Thunder, which helps it against neutral targets like mainly Steels. Here comes Jolteon. Specs Jolteon is an awesome Pokemon. So I don't think it's threatening though, because, well, it dies there. But there's no way that the Rain team has nothing for electric attacks. Okay, Cresselia would not have been my first choice, but I guess a Rain team is as good as anything at luring out and beating up T-Tar. So that uses Rain, that doesn't even use Calm Mind, and he eats a nasty crit. So, and he's going to Lunar Dance, which is nice because this Lunar Dance is going to heal Quillfish because it takes hazards first. So that was really nice. And now Quillfish is going to... Quillfish can Swords Dance and it resists Scizor. So he's just got a Waterfall here. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe that Mega Horn would have been really nice for the Scizor. Because now it might have been in Life Orb Waterfall range, but no matter because he can use Swords Dance. He uses Swords Dance, Waterfall, Poison Jab, Explosion. No, he's just going to Waterfall away. Yeah, that Mega Horn really would have been nice to have. He Swords Dances himself. Quillfish, in the later gens and lower tiers, it uses Intimidate on bulky spiking sets, but it does not have Intimidate here, and is very frail. And he hits another crit. My god. The Jolteon one didn't really matter. but now I'm wondering what his last could possibly be. Well, Agility Metagross. Here's the thing, offensive teams get trashed by Agility Metagross. Bulky SD Scizor is one of the few counters. The other one is Trick Room Bronzong, which we're not going to be seeing as a last. And in Rain, then I was going to say Heatran is not going to be able to kill it, but neither is Infernape. So I think Boudouche takes this boring like crit burn nonsense. So the Joe, interesting choice. He was really going all out on the fuck stall thing. I mean, there are some stall teams that can't handle Spike's Hydro Pumps in Rain, but yeah, and I mean it even smashes through Blissey with a little bit of luck. And as in Blissey has taken a bit of chip damage and you got Rocks up. But wow, he was really not going to lose to an offensive team. This is geared very much toward this fast Pokemon just out. I was going to say out fasting, out speeding them, and just blowing right through them. So this was a very fast game, and he's going to live the ban in close combat, and that's the game. So, wow, not a lot to. So I guess I'll try to say something after the battle. So this wasn't just turn by turn, whatever. I like the Gyarajolt. I think that's awesome. Those guys have great synergy. Banded Gyara is interesting. With Payback, you lure in Starmie, and you lure in Burnape. So he really, because you'll notice that he has no Ghost to go along with his Suicide Skarmory, which I'm not in. I mean, I could be a fan of it depending on what set he has. But yeah, Gyarados lures it and smacks it. Infernape's got the ban U-turns going on. Jolteon outspeeds it. And with Bulk on Scizor and maybe Breloom too, then he's pressuring it from all angles. So if a guy was really dedicated, just you will never keep these hazards up, then yeah, it might be hard to deal with. But Boudouche was not that kind of player. He's not the guy who will go to Bulky Starmie on Swampert on the first turn of the game and just spin recover for 16 years. So good calls from both players on how to tackle things. Jolteon, very underrated Pokemon. That was awesome too. And Boudouche actually just an electric resist. So he's going to always have to dance around that with his rain attacks, which is exciting. It's not exactly my style, but I like seeing Boudouche pull this kind of thing off. So that was thrilling. Yeah, fun teams from both players. Lots of cool stuff going on in those teams. So I hope you enjoyed this quickie. And I've said that before. Turns out she didn't enjoy it. Anyway, I will catch you next time. Thank you.